Good morning everyone, welcome to MSc the online classes. So in the previous classes we have discussed about what is factor theorem, what does it state. We also discussed about the various applications of factor theorem. There we studied how can we find out a factor if the root of the equation is given. We can also examine whether a polynomial can be a factor of other polynomial or other dividend or not if the remainder will be 0. Okay, and today in this class we will study about a new topic which is also related with the factor theorem, and the new topic is factorization of polynomial. Okay, so this is the new topic that we are going to study here. But before starting the topic factorization of polynomial, first we will learn what is factorization. What is the meaning of the word factorization? Okay, so factorization is a word which means if, or it is a process or a procedure by which a number can be written as the product of two numbers. Again I am saying, if a number can be expressed as the product of two numbers, then this procedure is known as factorization. We have an example here. As I am showing, suppose I am taking 15. Okay, 15 is a number and 15 can be written as 1 into 15. We can write 15 as 1 into 15. We can write 15 as 3 into 5 also. Yes or no? Yes. That means a number can be expressed as the product of other two terms or other two numbers. And this procedure is known as factorization. Here what we see, suppose we are calculating or finding the factors of 15. The factors of 15 are 1, 3, 5 and 15. These are the four factors of 15. And you can see whenever we are calculating 15 as 1 into 5, here 1 also comes. That means 1 is the, here also 1. 1 is the factor of 15. Here we get 15. 15 is also the factor of 15. Here you get 3 and 3 is also the factor of 15. Here you get 5 and 5 is also the factor of 15. Okay, that means a number can be expressed as the product of its own factor. Why? Because 1 is its own factor, 15 is its own factor, 3 is its own factor and 5 is its own factor. Okay, let us take one more example. Suppose we can take 50. Okay, 50 can be written as 1 into 15. We can write 50 as 2 into 25. It can be written as 5 into 10, or we can write 2 into 5 into 5. See, 2 5 is 10 and 5 is 50. Okay, so 50 can be written in this four types. And now we will find the factors of 50. The factors of 50 are 1, 2, 5, 10, 25, 50. These are the 6 factors of 50. Now compare this factor with this types of multiplication. Here we see 50 is equal to 1 into 50. Okay. Here we get 1 and 1 is also the factor of 50. Here we get 50. 50 is also the factor of 50. Here we get 2. See, 2 is also the factors. 25. 25 is also the factor. Okay. 5 is also the factor. 10 is also the factor. Okay. So you can write as, since 50 can be written as 1 into 50, so you can write 1 and 50. Okay. Are factors of 50. Okay. Since 50 can be written as 2 into 25, then you can say 2 and 25 are factors of 25 because we have proved already. Okay. 50 is equal to 5 into 10 means 5 into 10 are factors of, sorry, this is 50. And the last one is here double 5, so you can take it single 5. Okay. So you can write 2 and 5 are factors of 50. Okay. So in these four cases we find the factors of 50. So can we say 1, 50, these are the factors of 50. 2, 25 are also the factors of 50. 5, 10 also factor of 50. 2, 5 also factor of 50. So can we say 50 can be expressed as the product of its own factor? 50 can be expressed, okay, as the product of its own factors. Yes or no? Yes, because 50 can be written as 1 into 50. 1 is also a factor, 50 is also a factor. So you can write a number or a digit can be expressed as the product of another two terms, and the two terms will be the factors of the same number. Okay, here you can take 20. 20 can be expressed as 1 to 20. That means we can say 1 and 20 are the factors of 20. Okay, or we can say 20 can be expressed as the product of 1 and 20, and that 1 and 20 are the factors of 20. Okay, so what is factorization? Here we get factorization is a procedure by which a number can be expressed or a polynomial can be expressed as the product of two terms. Okay, so here we will write what is factorization. Factorization is a process. Factorization is a process or procedure by which, write down it, by which a number, okay, can be expressed as the product of other two numbers, as the product of other two numbers, other three numbers, or other four numbers. Okay, here is the product of other three numbers, so we can write as the product of other two or more numbers. Okay, this is clear. Then these two numbers must be the factor of the previous number. Yes or no? 1 and 50 must be the factor of 50, and the two numbers must be the factors. Okay, must be the factors of original number. Okay, this is clear. This is all about factorization meaning. Okay, now we will find out or define what is a factorization, what is the meaning of factorization. Since we are studying about polynomial, so here we will define what is the factorization of polynomial. Okay, previously we have defined what is the factorization of a number. Now we will define what is the factorization of a polynomial. It has the same definition with the factorization of number. Similarly, what is factorization of polynomial? If a polynomial, okay, suppose there is a polynomial, can be expressed as the product of other two numbers. Okay, if a polynomial can be expressed as the product of other two terms or other two polynomial, then such process is known as factorization of polynomial. This is clear. That means here we have a polynomial, and this polynomial can be expressed as something or some term into some term. Okay, this is polynomial factorization. Let us take an example so that you can easily understand. Suppose we have a polynomial x minus 1. Okay, we have one more polynomial x minus 2. Let us multiply them. Okay, so it will be x whole into x minus 2, okay, minus 1 whole into x minus 2. Okay, so x into x square, this is, and minus 2x because distributive law is applied here. Then minus 1 to x is x, 1 into minus 2, minus 2. Now after opening the bracket we have x square minus 2x minus x, sign is changed, plus 2. So it will be x square minus 2x minus x minus 3x plus 2. So here we get x minus 1 into x minus 2 is equal to this. This is the final product. Okay. So here we get x minus 1 into x minus 2 is equal to x square minus 3x plus 2. Let us write it in converse way. That means we have to write it fast. So let's write it. I am writing here x square minus 3x plus 2. Write it fast. Then is equal to, can be written x minus 1 into x minus 2. Okay. Now look at this polynomial. Here we have a polynomial. Okay. And this polynomial can be expressed as the product of this polynomial and this polynomial. Similarly, as we have written, 15 is equal to 3 into 5. That means this number can be written as this number into this number. Similarly, this total polynomial can be written as the product of first polynomial into second polynomial. And this process is known as factorization. This is clear? Okay. So, here we get a polynomial can be expressed as the product of two other polynomials. Now, one thing you can see, this is a polynomial of how many degrees? Since the hash power is 2, so we can write it as degree 2. Okay. Since it is degree 2, then this type of polynomial is named as quadratic polynomial because it has a degree 2. Okay, is equal to, this is quadratic polynomial, is equal to, this is a polynomial, this is also another polynomial. Okay, first see, this is a type of polynomial whose degree is 1. That means we can say it is linear polynomial. Okay, then into the second polynomial is x minus 2. Here also the hash power is 1. That means it has also degree 1. Since it has degree 1, then we can tell it as linear polynomial. Okay. So here we get a quadratic polynomial can be expressed as the product of a linear polynomial and other linear polynomial. Or we can say a quadratic polynomial can be written as the product of two linear polynomial. Okay. Since here we get this is the quadratic polynomial and the product is two linear polynomial. Hence we can say note 1 or hence we can say a quadratic polynomial, okay, can be written as, okay, can be written as the product of how many linear polynomial? The product of two linear polynomial, as the product of two linear polynomial. You should keep in mind. Okay, so it is now understandable. We can easily find out whether a quadratic polynomial can be written as the product of other two linear polynomial or not. Okay, suppose we will take one more example here. Suppose x minus 5, okay, into x minus 3. So let us multiply them. It will x square, then minus 3x, then minus 5x, then plus 15. So after solving, x square minus 8x plus 15. Okay, let us write it conversely. So first x square minus 8x plus 15 is equal to, this is a polynomial, is equal to x minus 5 into x minus 3. So here you can see a quadratic polynomial of degree 2, since it is a quadratic polynomial, so its degree is 2, can be written as the product of two linear polynomial, because these are two linear polynomial. So keep in mind this note. Okay, now here it comes the most important concept. Suppose we are taking an example x minus 3, okay, into x minus 2. Then after the product or after the multiplication it will give x square minus 5x plus 6. Suppose, then conversely you can write it as x square minus 5x plus 6 is equal to x minus 3 whole into x minus 2. So it means this polynomial can be written as the product of this linear polynomial and this linear polynomial. Okay, now suppose we have a question, okay, to solve x minus 3 is equal to 0. Okay, so we are going to solve x minus 3 is equal to 0. As we have studied in class 8 how to solve a equation, we can solve the equation. That means we have to find out the value of x. Solving an equation is nothing but finding the value of x. Yes or no? Yes. So let us solve it. So how can you solve it? So x minus 3 is equal to 0. That means we have to find the value of variable x. X is equal to 3. Okay. So here we get x is equal to 3. So solving means finding the value of x. So finding the value of x means finding the value of 0, because the value of x is nothing but 0 of the polynomial. Okay, we have already studied about 0 of the polynomial. How to find? By simply equating the polynomial to 0, then we will find the value of x, and that x is known as 0 of the polynomial. It is also known as root of the polynomial, or it is also known as a. Okay, so we get x is equal to 3 here. Now take one example more. Question 2. Solve x minus 2 is equal to 0. Okay, so we are going to solve x minus 2 is equal to 0. That means x minus 2 is equal to 0, that is x is equal to 2. So here you get the 0 is, or the root of the polynomial, or the x or the a is 2. So compare these two cases. In the first case we have a polynomial whose degree is 1, and it is a linear polynomial. Got it? It is a linear polynomial, and after solution we get x is equal to 3, and we get only one value of the polynomial. See, x is equal to only 3. This is a one or single value. And in the second case also, this is also a linear polynomial, and after the solution we get only one value of x. You can take any other example. Suppose I am taking 2x plus 3 is equal to 0. Let us solve it. So x, 2x is equal to minus 3 and x is equal to minus 3. So it is also a linear polynomial, LP linear polynomial, and here also we get a single value of x. That means a linear polynomial always have a single value or single 0. Okay. Are you getting my point? A linear polynomial has always a single solution. That means we can get only one value of the root or one value of the 0. Okay, so we can write it node 2. So what is node 2? Node 2 is a linear polynomial. These are the linear polynomial. A linear polynomial has only one value of the variable. Here the variable is x. Okay, so in the case of linear polynomial you can get only one solution. Okay, so here we get first, in the first example we get x is equal to 3, and in the second example we get x is equal to 2. See here, see in this case, here we have two linear polynomial here. Okay, since it is a linear polynomial, then how many root or how many 0 or how many solution we can get? We can get only one solution. Okay, similarly the second term, it is also a linear polynomial. Since it is a linear polynomial, x minus 2 is equal to 0, here we only get single value of x. So it means we can get only one value of the root or 0. So here we also get one solution. Okay, are you getting my point? So finally you get a linear polynomial has one solution, another linear polynomial has one solution. But here we are writing a quadratic polynomial which can be written in the form of product of two linear polynomials. That means a quadratic polynomial has 1 plus 1, 2 solution. Okay, a quadratic polynomial, that means if a polynomial has degree 2, then it has 2 solution. But a linear polynomial means it has degree 1, that's why it has only one solution. But it is degree 2, that's why it has 2 solution, because it is written in the form, or it is written in the product of two linear polynomial. For this linear polynomial we have one solution, for this linear polynomial we have one solution. That means for the total polynomial of degree 2 we have 2 solutions. Okay, so you can write it as node 2, or sorry, this is node 3. What is node 3? So node 3 is a quadratic polynomial. A quadratic polynomial has how many solution? Has 2 solution, or you can write 2 roots. Okay, so a quadratic polynomial means it has degree 2, so it has 2 solution. Linear polynomial means it has degree 1, so it has 1 solution. Suppose I am taking a polynomial. Okay, first say, is it a linear polynomial or quadratic polynomial? It is a quadratic polynomial because it has power 2 or degree 2. Since it has degree 2, then how many solutions can we get from this? We can get only 2 solutions. Okay, so if this is the equation 1 minus 2x plus 3x square, it is also a quadratic polynomial. So how many solutions can we get from this? We can get only 2 solutions because the highest power is 2, because the degree is 2. Suppose I am writing x cube plus 3x square plus 2x plus 5. So this is a type of cubic polynomial. Why? Because it has a degree 3. So we can say, since it has degree 3, then it must have 3 solution or 3 roots. Okay, so if a polynomial has 3 degree, then it has 3 roots. So the solution or the number of solution depends upon the degree of the polynomial. Okay, if degree is 4, then it has 4 solution. If degree is 10, suppose I am writing x to the power 10 plus 5 is equal to 0. Then can you say how many solutions the equation has? The equation has 10 solution because the degree is 10. Okay, so the number of solution depends on the number of degree. You can write note 4. The number of solution of a polynomial depends on the degree of the polynomial. Okay, the degree of the polynomial. Okay, it is clear now. We can also prove, is a quadratic polynomial gives rise to 2 solutions or more than 2 solutions or less than 2 solutions by taking an example. So let us take an example. Suppose we have a quadratic polynomial x square minus 4 is equal to 0. Okay, it is a quadratic polynomial because its degree is 2. Okay, now we will find the number of solution here. Okay, similarly, as the solution is finding out in case of linear polynomial. So x square is equal to 4. Okay, when square term moves to the right hand side or it changes the position or sign, then square becomes square root. Similarly, plus goes to right hand side, it will be minus, multiply goes to right side, it will be division. Okay, similarly, square goes to the right hand side, it will be square root. Now, tell me what is the square root of 4? Normally we know the square root of 4 is by factorization 2, 1. That means 2 into 2, hence x is equal to 2. But here we get one solution. But here it written a quadratic polynomial has two solutions. How is it possible? Yes, it is possible. Why is it possible? Because since 4 can be written as 2 into 2, but it is also possible 4 can be written as minus 2 into minus 2. Yes or no? Yes, because minus 2 into minus 2. Because minus plus 2 to the 4. So 4 can be written as minus 2 into minus 2. It is also written as 2 into 2, but it also can be written as minus 2 into minus 2. Okay. So for two similar terms, we will write single term. Hence what we got? We got x is equal to 2 and minus 2 also. That means x has two values here. One is 2 and another is minus 2. Okay. So every square root, suppose you are calculating square root of 9. And what is the value of square root of 9? Is it 3? Yes, is it 3? As well as it is also minus 3. Why? Because 9 can be written as minus 3 into minus 3. Minus plus 3 is 9. So we can write minus 3. Okay. So any square root has two values. One is positive value and one is negative value. Hence, we have proved that if it is a quadratic polynomial, then it has two solutions. Now, the note 3 has been proved.